Students, welcome to this session. So today we are going to learn something about reactions. Okay, before entering into the session, I would like to ask, have you ever thought that how you ever thought how the iron changes its color and turns to brownish? So this is how it is, right? This is how the color. So this is how generally the iron looks, and after a few days it will be turned like this. So have you ever thought how it is being changing? So this is what the concept which we will be learning today, and we will understand how it has been changing. Is this only the color change or what and all etc. we will be learning. So firstly we need to learn about what is a chemical change. So what is a chemical change? It's a chemical change which involves in the molecular composition. What is it? Molecular composition of the substance, that is termed as chemical change. So to make it very simple, I can tell you that chemical change is a substance where after the reaction you will get a new product. What I'm saying, where after the reaction you will get a new product, right? So we have physical change and a chemical change. So to understand very easily the physical change and the chemical change. So physical change is where the physically it is being changing. That means examples like color, order, appearance, its size, its shape, everything these comes under physical change. Okay, to make it very simple, more simple. So for suppose if you tear a paper, just tearing a paper, that is means you have physically been applying some force or you have been tearing a paper. Got it? When it comes to chemical change is something, for suppose you have teared the paper and what you are doing, you have been burning the paper. Got it? You are burning the paper. That means you are applying some external energy, right? And that too, after burning you will get an ash. That means something new product has come. Got it? So this is a difference between the physical change and the chemical change. So tearing a paper is a physical change, burning the paper is a chemical change. What is it? Got it? So here you have few examples of chemical change, that is combustion. Combustion is you are applying, that means some external energy. That means you have been burning the wood. Okay, so any hydrocarbons that comes under, that is being reacting in presence of air, that is combustion. So next, rotting of apple, right? So that means it will be rotten if you keep for few days aside, and after a few days like 10-15 days, what happens, it will react with the moisture and the air that is present in the atmosphere, and some of the earths, worms or some of the insects will come and eat, right? So it will be rotten. So rusting, digestion, these are the few examples of chemical change, right? So what is the difference between a chemical change and a chemical reaction? So chemical reaction, in other words, involves the breaking of bonds in the reactant molecule. What happens? The breaking of bonds in the reactant molecules and gives you a formation of new product. That means A plus B. Here as it is given, A is some reactant, B is some reactant. These both combine and give you a product. So how it has been breaking, what are the types and what are, we will be learning further. So generally we have four different types of reactions. What is it? Combination, decomposition, displacement and double displacement. In this session we will learn what is combination reaction and what is decomposition reaction. Okay, so combination, in the name itself you could understand that something is being combining, isn't it? What you could understand, combination is something which is combining in the sense, for suppose A plus B will gives rise to AB, right? What is it? A plus B will gives rise to AB. That means A is being combining with B. Got it? A is combining with B and it is giving you a compound called AB. Okay, so this combination reaction is also being known as synthesis reaction. What is it? Synthesis reaction. Most of the reactions are synthesis reactions. Okay, as it will combine multiple compounds. So here you can say that elements may combine and give you a compound. Okay, compounds will combine and give you a compound. Got it? So elements in the sense H2 plus O2 will gives rise to H2O. Got it? CaO plus CO2 will gives rise to CaCO3. Right? Elements combine and give you a compound. Compounds combine and give you a compound. Got it? So this is how A will combine with B and give you a AB. You could see here, right, how an A and B is been combining and giving you a compound, right? So what happens? How do you get the product when A and B is being combining, right? So it's not about two elements or two compounds. It will combine with two or more elements or compounds. Okay, right. So some of the examples of combination reaction. So as I said, combination reaction, it is between two elements, right? Or it is between three elements or four elements. It depends upon the reaction. For example, here what is given, copper is being reacting with sulfur. It is being giving you copper sulfate. That means copper is being combining with sulfur. Okay, so it is giving you copper sulfate. You may get a doubt that how you have got the 2 here, right? So here the sulfur, its valency is 2. Okay, copper's, as it is a variable valency, we have +1 and +2. Okay, so copper valency is +1 and sulfur valency is 2. You can say that 2. So as we have a crisscross method to write a chemical formula, so we get Cu2S. Okay, in the same way, calcium is being combining with sulfur and give you calcium sulfate. Okay, right. So combination reaction, as I said, combination reaction is between element or a molecule or a compound. So here what is happening? Here compound is being combining with an element. That means chlorine is combining with phosphorus trichloride and it is giving you phosphorus pentachloride. What is it? Phosphorus pentachloride. Right? And here oxygen is combining with carbon monoxide and it is giving you carbon dioxide. Right? So this is what, okay, these are the few more examples of combination reaction, 2 or more compounds. Carbon dioxide is combining with magnesium oxide and it is giving you magnesium carbonate. Water molecule is combining with calcium oxide and it is giving you calcium hydroxide. So one more thing, here it is. A classical reaction of combination redox is a reaction of an element with oxygen. How it is? Okay, so redox reaction. What is meant by redox reaction? Redox reaction is something where oxidation and reduction takes place in the same reaction. That reactions we call it as redox reaction. Got it? So oxidation is loss of electrons. So reduction is gaining of electrons. Okay. So this combination reactions, in this combination reactions also there will be some combination redox reactions. So for that we have examples. Okay. So we can also tell that addition of oxygen. Reduction, like reducing of oxygen, removal of oxygen. Okay, so here oxygen is being combining with magnesium and it is giving you magnesium oxide. So oxygen is combining with sulfur and it is giving you sulfur dioxide. That means here addition of oxygen is taking place. These are the few examples. Got it? Now, so in this combination reaction, whenever it is being combining, when some element A is being combining with B, which is giving you AB. So to undergo these two reactions and giving you a product. Okay, for suppose A is there, for suppose A is water, that means distilled water. To that you have added sulfuric acid. What happened? You have added sulfuric acid. Whenever you have been added, it will generate some heat. Okay, what happens? It will generate some heat. That means the heat has been evolved. That heat has been released. Whenever the heat is released or evolved, we call that such reactions as exothermic reactions. What is it? We call that reactions as exothermic reactions. Okay, so what is exothermic reaction? The reactions with oxygen often release a large amount of heat. In the form of heat, we call such reaction as exothermic reactions. Okay, that means anything which releases the heat. Okay, so here what happens? Oxygen is being combining with methane. Okay, as I already said, oxygen when it has been combining with any hydrocarbon, it releases carbon dioxide and water. This reaction we call it as combustion. What is it? It is a combustion. It is an example of combustion. It is an example of exothermic reaction where methane is a component of natural gas. What is it? It is a natural gas and it is burning and it is releasing a lot of heat, right? Whenever anything is burnt, it releases a lot of energy, right? So this is an example of exothermic reaction. Respiration. Respiration is also a exothermic reaction. Got it? So here glucose is reacting. It is being combining with oxygen. That means which we inhale and it is entering into our body and it produces some energy, right? So the food we eat, right, it will enter into our body, right? It will get digested, right? So sometimes we feel that there is some burning sensation in the stomach. That means some energy is being releasing. That heat is being released. So that is also an example of exothermic reaction. So I just quickly tell you what is decomposition reaction. The decomposition reaction is complete, which is reverse to the combination reaction. That means where in the combination A plus B is combining with AB. Right here in AB will decompose and give you A plus B. Got it? So complex reactant molecule. What is it? Complex reactant molecule will give you, it breaks down into simple product, right? So it is a type of AB plus gives rise to AB, or it is not a two-element compound. It might be a complex compound. Okay, so it is a complete opposite of chemical synthesis. As I already told you, it is a complete opposite of synthesis or combination reaction. The simplest kind of decomposition reaction is a binary compound decomposes into elements. One compound, it will be decomposing into different elements. Binary compounds are compounds of any two elements. Okay, so generally what happens here, the compounds will, here the compound, that means the product compound will be acting as a reactant and it will break down its bonds and gives you the required elements. Okay, so we have different types of decomposition reaction. One is thermal decomposition, which is being run the process with the help of heat we give by burning. That is a thermal decomposition reaction. Thermal decomposition temperature of a substance is the temperature at which the substance decomposes chemically. So it is we are applying, right? That means it requires some energy. So that such type of reactions we call it as endothermic reactions. What is it? Endothermic reactions. So reactions, and another type of reaction is electrolytic decomposition. Electrolytic decomposition is also called as electrolysis. Okay, so where we apply electricity is passed through the water and it decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so it is also being done in the many of the reactions. The last reaction of the decomposition reaction, the type of the decomposition reaction is photolytic decomposition reaction or photodecomposition reaction. That means the decomposition will be done in presence of sunlight. Okay, so AgCl, we have AgCl, it will decompose in the presence of sunlight and give you silver and chloride. Okay, got it? Here what happens, the silver gets evaporated and it will release a chlorine gas. Got it? So these are something which is about combination reaction and decomposition reaction. Thank you.